Has Donald Trump struck a deal with the deep state? Has the deep state conceded that it's going to be Donald Trump and they want to figure out a way to work with him? Let's ask those questions today.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. This is the Afternoon Drive. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That'll give you a notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. That's the only way that we can get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for helping us grow our channel. Now, what I say today could make you mad. And you know what? I really don't care, as long as I make you think. Because the Afternoon Drive, from the time it was on radio to now it's exclusively here as a podcast, is designed for thinking people. One really quick announcement before we jump into today's topic. I'm going to be busier than normal over the next several days into a couple of weeks, so my posting won't be on the regular schedule that you're used to. My apologies for that, but I am a one-man operation, and there's just so many things I can get done in a single day. So I hope you'll be understanding. No, nothing's happened to me. Yes, the channel's still here. Everything's good. I'm just on the busy side and will be right through the 1st of June. Then everything kind of jumps back to normal. Everything that the deep state has thrown at Donald Trump has failed. And I'm going all the way back to 2016. They spied on him. They tried to create a collusion between he and Russia narrative. They tried to impeach him, not once, but twice. All of it backfired on them. There was a scamdemic, the creation of, well, I have to be careful. I don't want to get in trouble. But we all know what happened there. And the reason that they took full advantage of it was a way to kill the economy, thus kill the Trump reelection. And they got a guy installed in there who never left his basement. Think about that. Fast forward, there was the Mar-a-Lago raid. Indictment on top of indictment on top of indictment. And all of it is blowing up spectacularly on the people that perpetrated it. I told you, this is the Haman's curse coming back on them. Haman wanted to kill and wipe out the Jews. Where have we heard that narrative before? And he erected the gallows to begin rounding the Jews up. When the queen learned of this plan, she went to the king and said, "You can't let him do this. I, your queen, am a Jew." And Esther, for a time such as this, God used her to protect the Jews, and the king ended up hanging Haman by his own gallows. And that is exactly what I see happening with what's happening with Donald Trump. All of these indictments are not gaining the traction, and the prosecution in Manhattan may be the most inept yet. Judge Munchkin, thinking that he would embarrass Donald Trump by letting that slimy Stormy Daniels get up there and give all the salacious X-rated details of what they supposedly did. And then, of course, Michael Cohen, who makes, even reptilian people's skin crawl, because he is just, he makes the deep state swamp dwellers look good. That's just how nasty Michael Cohen is. And Michael Cohen, producing videos of basically saying he would do anything, say anything to throw Donald Trump under the bus because he's not going to jail. Not me. Trump. Even CNN has resolved itself to the fact that in Manhattan, where Donald Trump isn't exactly the poster child for popularity, that jury just might not come back hung. They might come back in favor of Donald Trump. So we've got the stuff going on with Fannie Willis and Nathan's Hot Dog Lover Boy in Atlanta, Georgia. We've got the judge over the documents case saying we got problems here. It's obvious that the FBI planted evidence. They certainly put cover sheets over non-classified documents to try to make everything seem a lot more heinous than it actually was. It's all blowing up. And the challengers to Donald Trump during the primary didn't even come close to landing a glove on him. And Joe Biden is falling and flailing. Now, I know Vivek Ramaswamy and a couple of others have said that Biden is over. He's going to get replaced. It's too late for that. Even if they replace him, it's too late for that. Remember, Lyndon Johnson went through this. Lyndon Johnson was as unpopular as Joe Biden. And Lyndon Johnson decided to step aside and let somebody else run, which really means take the hit. But even with Lyndon Johnson stepping out of the way, it did not save the Democratic Party. Richard Nixon overtook the Democratic Party like a freight train without brakes, just plowed right through them. The juggernaut, which is Donald Trump and the support for him, can't be blunted even by a Gavin Newsom somehow being brought into a rigged setup to put a fresh face on this turd, which is Bidenomics and what the Democrats have done over the last 4 years. And you know who knows it best right now? The deep state, the swamp dwellers. Because Donald Trump has made some decisions in the past few weeks that has some of us, even as conservatives and MAGA supporters, kind of scratching our heads like, why is he like Mike Johnson so much? Why is he taking some of the stands that he's taking that he didn't take before? I think Donald Trump has cut that deal with the deep state. I don't mean that he's been bought out by them. I don't mean that he's going to go in and be their puppet. I think that the deep state is smart enough to see everything that's happening and understand that if somehow, some way, they take this election away from the one that the vast majority of Americans, 100,000 people turned out turned up in Wildwood, New Jersey to see him. He's going to have something going this Thursday night in Brooklyn. I still think he needs to go to Madison Square Garden. Donald Trump has taken everything they've thrown at him and he has turned it around in his favor. He is the people's choice. He is a populist. In fact, many prognosticators and political experts and poll watchers are declaring Trump beats Biden in such a landslide, he could beat him by over 200 electoral votes. Over 200 electoral votes. Over 200 electoral votes. And the deep state knows that if they cook up some way to, he didn't win, he lost by one electoral vote, they have to create and maintain this illusion to keep people on board with everything is fair and above board. We all understand how it all works. But I said the best way to ensure that the cheating not be effective is to have such just overwhelming support for Donald Trump that it becomes, at that point, impossible. Does that mean they can't manipulate and make things happen? Of course they can. Look how the CIA topples regimes they don't like. But they also know that here, they have to somehow maintain the illusion that your democracy is still functioning. So they have resolved themselves to the fact that, barring a miracle, it's going to be Trump. And they're making some inroads with Trump, and Trump has made some concessions with them. I'm predicting that you're going to just start seeing all of these court cases just drop off before we even really get into the summer. And that, it's we're on for the election. Now, I think the deep state will do everything they can to try to impede his administration, to try to impair them, to try to keep them from being effective. But then again, there are things that Donald Trump did for the economy that were good for the deep state. They like that. They've got pocketbooks and investment accounts of their own. They want to do well financially. It's going to get really interesting, but I hearing some other people start to raise this question: has the deep state made the deal? Has Donald Trump made the deal? And then one can only hope that once he's in, he flips that deal on its head.